It is finally time that we descend upon the final leg of the Symphony of the Night Randomizer Gauntlet. What is that, you might be asking? Well, for the last 3 videos here on Dragon Blitz Daily, we have been challenging ourselves to play 3 different types of Symphony of the Night randomizers and basically just give our experience and thoughts and feelings and opinions about it. And this is the final one. We are playing Skill Expression for Real, aka Spellbound, aka the current randomizer preset that people are playing for money. 3, 2, 1, go. So clearly, it has to be the most skill expressive format of all time. I'm excited to explore that here with you guys today. And of course, as always, if you're watching on Dragon Blitz Daily, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You can check out the old videos the last few days. I do be uploading daily, hence the name. You can also watch live on twitch.tv/DragonBlitz because that's where I'd be streaming. Love to see you in the chat sometime. All of that stuff out of the way, you guys know the deal. So, Spellbound. What is Spellbound? It is a Symphony of the Night randomizer preset that forces you to, or I guess it restricts you from using any spells unless you find a relic corresponding with that spell. So, one of the ways that you play through Symphony of the Night as a speedrunner is you rely on spells like Summon Spirit, Tetra Spirit, Soul Steal to do damage to enemies, as well as like heal yourself, get invincibility frames to get past enemies. There's a lot of uses that you can get out of spells. So this preset says, why the fuck would you ever... Stupid? Spells? No, that's cheating! Stop! Sit there and fight this enemy with your fists for 5 minutes. You have no other option. Oh, and the relics fucking... they're all messed up. The item stats are randomized. I forgot about that too. Anyways, this gear is really good. It'd be a shame if I lost it. Anyways, just imagine you're in a world where you're playing this game for potentially thousands of dollars. There's somebody hot on your tail racing you. And you're like, I need to stay alive. Let me do a soul seal. Oh, wait, I can't. And all of your shit gets stolen by death. Just imagine. Imagine. Use the theater of the mind. Create the scene in your brain. And, yeah, that's basically what we're doing right now. Dude, if we could add souls to Symphony of the Night... Sheesh. That'd be cool. And, oh my god, is that the holy symbol? Let's fucking go, dude.
Also, I added Richter Palette Rando to the Colorado option with the help of mods.
Oh, nice.
It's not updated on the website yet, but I'm excited to actually accomplish adding it.
Nice. Dude, I got hit by MLG Skeleton. Let's go. You got hit. Time to reset. So true, guys. You guys remember the Symphony of the Night Impossible Challenge? I remember. Oh, I remember. You're working on... Oh, you're going to make a full, like, palette randomizer for Alucard, too? That's crazy. We're going to get fucking Ronald McDonald-looking-ass Alucard soon. Wait, how much damage was that? It's the same as my fists! I fucking hate item stat rando, dude. What is this shit? God damn it. Impossible Maria challenge next. We have a few days before April 1st. Sure, why not? I'm in my shanking era. I'm shank maxing. I'm straight stab pilled. He has invincibility. How impossible could it be? That's the joke and why I would run it on April 1st. Nah, Souls of Darkness is going to be its own special stream. I don't think it's going to be an April Fool's stream. Maybe I could do it on April Fool's. I don't know. I got the game up and running via a very janky emulator, but, you know, I had to, in order to even find a way to legally acquire that game, was a fucking nightmare. Shivani of the Night. There you go. There you go. I should be fisting these guys. They're weak to fist damage. Which game am I talking about? It's We Have Castlevania at Home, is what I'm calling it. It's a game that is very blatantly just a game called a different thing, but it's just Castlevania. Gravity Boots is nice to find. The question is, do we backtrack now? There's a potential reason to do an early backtrack into Alchemy Lab, but I'm just not going to do that. What up, Crow? I'm doing all right. We're making our way through this trio of Symphony of the Night randomizers. We're on number 3, where we are trying to express our skills for real now. None of this fake skill gaming. Dude. The clock statue is in a fucking... This is the most I've ever waited for the clock statue in, like, months. This shit's crazy. At least we have 69 health. Someone forgot to enable tournament mode. Whatever, man. Don't call me out like that. But yeah, I don't know how else to describe Souls of Darkness other than it's called Souls of Darkness and it's a Castlevania game. Like, what more do you want from me? Does it get any better than that? Surely it can't. I thought that was a joke name. No, that's a real video game that came out. And someone in chat was like, you should play this game. I love this game. And I saw gameplay footage of it, and I was like, oh, God. Yeah, sure. Fuck it. At the very least, it'll be funny. Also, the emulator does not like the fact that I'm talking about another emulator behind its back. Ah! Big damage. To be honest, I don't know much about the game, other than I know it's trying to be Castlevania. That's all I know. I don't know if that means that it's trying to be a Metroidvania. I don't know if that means it's trying to be a classic. It's just, it is clearly, aesthetic-wise, and, like, the target audience is supposed to be Castlevania fans. So, we'll figure it out together. Because, like, what fun is it if I go into it knowing everything about the game? You know what I mean? How do we keep finding items that don't increase my attack at all? Dude, fucking... I can't... Whatever. I could go off for, like, years about how fucking stupid this shit is. Holy. Insanity. That people are playing this for money. Slide, please. Thank you. There we go. It's so good. I'm having too much fun is the problem. Oh, thank God. A spell. We're saved. Yeah, I know that was fixed, not fixed, but changed recently, where the sprites are randomized and the stats are randomized, but the names are no longer randomized. Castlevania 64 for April Fools, unironically. No, I could just play Castlevania 64 whenever. In fact, we've played Castlevania 64 on the stream before. The game's fine. if I was ever going to play Castlevania 64, I'd want it to be on original hardware. So at the very least, when I have complaints about the game, it's not from the controls being shit from the emulator sucking ass. Because that is the biggest issue with N64 emulation in general, is that for whatever reason, the nuclear codes to understand how the N64 control stick works is like locked away in Nintendo headquarters. Because like no one's able to figure out how to make a fucking N64 video game feel proper on an emulator. Because the control stick is like this fucking insanely precise, impossible to emulate thing. So like part of the reason why Castlevania 64, in my opinion, was such a miserable time for me is knowing I was emulating the games and like the controls were so much more stiff than they probably needed to be because of it. So if I could ever get my hands on an console version and like a stream setup that like looked decent for the console version, I'd consider it. But you above Zoe. Yeah, like I have an N64, but I don't have the game. And also, I don't think the controllers I have are quite good. Maybe they're like serviceable. I don't know. Look, I agree. Skeletons with motorcycles is peak. I will never take that away from Castlevania 64. It's just not fair. They earned that. They got to have Castlevania skeletons on motorcycles. And that is peak. But I do remember feeling very just either actively frustrated or insanely bored playing through Legacy of Darkness. And I think I played through like a level of the original 64. That's about it. But streamer, you didn't play through all of the characters' unique and interesting stories where they play through the same exact levels with the same frustrations and limitations. Streamer, don't you understand? You have to go back and suffer. You must suffer. Oh. But if anything, the Symphony of the Night Impossible Challenge has taught me that suffering is a sliding scale. For sure. You what, Ren? How's it going? Because, like, I suffer through the Impossible Challenge, but at least I'm not, you know, doing that shit for money. In, like, a tournament setting, I should say. Racing Spellbound in a tournament setting? Fuck. Am I going to race against us? You know what? Maybe one day. Because this format is so bad, it's good in a way. Like, it's funny bad. So in a sense, I'll get entertainment out of it that way. Ooh, opal. Diamond, nice. All right. I think we just go... and go back up to Aurochs and do a bunch of out-of-logic stuff. I think it's probably better that I actually stay in logic for this one. I think. Sounds like Blades. Listen. I torture myself enough, like I said, with the Impossible Challenge, all right? I don't want to add more torturous Symphony of the Night gameplay to my daily enjoyment, you know? But maybe I'll start to miss Spellbound as I play it less and less now that I'm not doing the Impossible Challenge right now. Maybe. Maybe I'll say, you know what, guys? I was wrong. I actually love this. Fully Stockholm Syndromed into playing this dog shit for the rest of my life. There's also Dog Life. Didn't Dog Life get a bunch of quality of life patches and stuff? Maybe it's good. Because I remember when I played it, it felt very buggy and unfinished from a mechanic standpoint. And, like, frustrating to execute. But maybe it's good now. Spellbound sucks, but I need the money. So honestly, I respect that, Ren. Big respect. I hope you place well. I hope it works out for you. Covenant Stone. Thank God. I can get taller. Have we considered this? Malblung Sword. How are the stats looking? Oh my God. It's more than my fists. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, I just think there's something about... Like, at the end of the day, racing SotN... And this goes back to what I was talking about earlier with, like, the tournament stuff and my thoughts on competitive SotN randomizer and stuff. At the end of the day, racing SotN is fun. And that is, like, the saving grace. Like, even if the format is ass, at least the base game of Symphony of the Night being shuffled around is good. Oh, thank God. We got Force of Echo, guys. The run is saved. Yes. You guys are now just talking about epic N64 games. The N64 had a decent library of games. It's just that, like, the top 20 games on the N64 are very good, and then it falls off drastically after that. Yo, have a good night, Naropa. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I should join more races, even though I don't want to participate in the tournament. I think that's fair. I don't know. N64 has the worst fighting game I know. Don't say anything bad about Clay Fighter 63.5, okay? They were trying their best. You guys already named a bunch of N64 games. So I could just copy what you guys were talking about, but... I should participate in the tournament. I have no interest in participating in basically any tournament, especially one that is like so high stakes for other people when I personally don't find the ooh, Wing Smash, nice. The format to be competitively good. And also I'm questioning whether any format could be good. You know? That looks really good, actually. What are the shields? Those are not very good. So I can't even use, like, crazy shield spells. The shop is interesting. Golden ring to rule them all. Does nothing. Okay. So I basically want to just buy the Holy Sword because it does big-ass damage. And then we buy library cards. And Karma Coin for the fans. And some Power of Sires. And I still have $10 billion. All right, whatever. Look, for me, I think I've come to terms with the fact that I think that Symphony of the Night randomizer racing is not about competition. It's about fun.
What can I do for you?
I also should just buy a shield, just to have a shield. I will get Leather Shield because it's epic.
Farewell for now.
The coin is tails. Well, do you believe it to be true deep down in your heart? There's only one way to find out. This is our first prediction of the stream. We've been too busy playing other characters that didn't have access to coin flips. Not fair. Alrighty. Shit, is Fran still here? Everyone's like scrambling to try and find Fran. Please, I need financial advice, please. Yo, what up, Belmont? Welcome. Look, my ass would happily enter a multi-category speedrun tournament. That sounds fun. That would be right up my alley. But you guys want to keep doing randomizers. Why can't we speedrun the normal game? Come on, it'll be great. Come on. It'll be fun, I promise. Yo, boners! Please. I need you to rise. Please rise for the national anthem, which is just Tragic Prince. Me, if I were president, my first executive order, change the national anthem to Tragic Prince. Ah! I'm gonna die to fucking spikes. I'd vote for that. I'd also have to make sure to sling as much mud as possible at my opponent, and I think we can win this, guys. Do literally zero meaningful policy talk. Just talk shit. Call them stinky and stupid and ugly or whatever. I think we got this. We could win it all. Planning on including randomizer and speedrunning in the seasons. Okay. I think that's cool. I'm not sure how I need to think more about my feelings on it, but I think ultimately that's probably a fine thing. If anything, it probably won't get used very often. But I think it's cool. Oh my god, there's so many Vlads. Wow. Wow, Vladimir, your pieces, they're all over. Pick up after yourself. Come on. You can't just leave your rings and your bones lying around. Your son is gonna find all your bones. Pick up after yourself. Missed. Interesting. Then what's this? This has to be Leapstone? Oh, it's Jewel of Open. Oh. Well. Theoretically, maybe. No, if I had Skill of Wolf, I'd be able to do Silver Ring right now. And even like chain summon spirits together. However, there's a chance that we find Skill of Wolf by fighting All Rock, so that's where we're gonna go right now. What up, Neuralista? Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. Presumably. I guess you didn't say you enjoyed the video. But it said that you watched it. I'm glad people enjoyed the video. I'm already working on the next video, and I'm very excited for it. It's going to be a very new experience, I feel like, but ultimately should be fun. I want to see if I can talk about, like, a broader topic and hopefully keep people interested. I'm doing big damage, though. Can't take that away from me. Skill of Wolf, Soul of Bat, fucking, I don't know. There's a bunch of good hits here. Nothing is good. Yeah, I like Nothing. Nothing's actually really lit. In fact, relics are overrated. Oh no. I have 10 billion library cards. I think I'm on a library card after this. Probably. If the shop has like infinite potions and stuff, I could buy what I need to early try and get through the to Silver Ring, maybe. Let's take a look. I don't remember because I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest.
I'm interested in this.
Potions are expensive. Karma coin, neutron bomb. Cheap iframes would go crazy. Life apple could also work, maybe, but no cheap iframes, unfortunately. Very unfortunate. Well, more power of sires, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Farewell for now.
Wow. Doggy, bark, attack. It was not very effective. Not the first time I've done that. It won't be the last. That area was so cool. Let's do it again. He's throwing. Was there Varda in the shop? There was an item with the description of Varda, but it didn't give the stats. Unfortunately. Our stats are already pretty good, though. Like, I'm not too worried about it. Like, I'm doing, like, 80-something damage. I don't know if Dawn of Sorrow had a N-Gage port. I know Dawn of Sorrow worked on, like, Nokia phones, but I think the N-Gage, they dropped support for that in, like, what, 2008? And the Dawn of Sorrow port didn't come out until 2009. So I don't know if you can. Maybe you can. Glasses. Interesting. How many classic Vanias have I played? Played and beaten? CD1. Rondo of Blood. Haunted Castle remake. Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth. I think those are all the ones I've beaten. No Simon's Quest? Yes, because I have standards. Come on. I think I've never even booted up. Oh, no, that's not true. I've also beaten Kid Dracula, the most important classic Castlevania. The most important Kid Dracula. I've never played Castlevania 2. I just know it's bad, and I know I won't like it. So I know that my flight is down here somewhere. And honestly, I don't want to go through Second Castle with like half-assed flight, so let's just go to the caverns. The Proto-Metroidvania? Yeah, the same way that like Bloodlines. I never beat Bloodlines. I've played Bloodlines, I never beat it. I actually didn't like Bloodlines very much. I thought that the life system was very archaic and annoying, especially given the fact that the game itself is designed to force you to fail in a way. Like, the game is full of traps and gotchas that like if you're playing for the first time with no other context, you're just going to fail and die, and you'll eventually game over and get sent back to the very beginning of the game. And that system was like incredibly frustrating for me to try and just like play for fun. Because I was like, dude, I don't want to replay the first 4 stages because I had my first game over on stage fucking 5. Like, this shit sucks. I don't want to do this shit again. I also don't like the fact that the stages were built to, like, fuck you. Granted, but that's just classic Castlevania, so... No, I've not beat CV4. I've booted up CV4 a couple of times, and, like, it's cool. I play through, like, the first 2 stages, and I'm like, yep, that's Castlevania 4. And it was just like, the masterpiece? Yeah, I guess if you were born in the 80s, it's probably a masterpiece to you. Hold out. I'm just saying! For your young mind, it definitely was a masterpiece, for sure. With the modern sensibilities that I currently have, okay. It's fine. It's a good game. I accept that it's a good game. But as somebody who's a fan of the Castlevania franchise, are you going to force me to play it? I'd rather play Castlevania 64, personally, even though that game's ass. But at least it's funny, ass, instead of just, like, somewhat boring. But that's me. I just think it's boring because I didn't grow up with it. It's just a little on the boring side with modern sensibilities. But that's all classic Vanias in my opinion. I don't think they're very engaging gameplay-wise. It's mostly just rote memorization of like the level layout and like where the actual good sub-weapons are. Otherwise, you're just like struggling by killing things with like 4 hits of your whip. And like sitting in the same spot being like, well, I gotta kill these bone pillars somehow because I don't have the fucking holy water anymore. But the music's good? Yeah, you could boot that shit up on Spotify. I don't know. You don't have to fucking play the game to enjoy the music. Don't put that evil on me. Without CV2, so it might not exist. That's cool. Doesn't mean I have to play that shit. Or think it's cool. Really? Listen. I already torture myself. I'm going the wrong way. Enough on stream. I'm not also playing, you know, rage bait garbage video games like Castlevania 2. I'm good. Now, if that's Alucard Shield, we're in business. The business of... Oh, fuck me. Modern sensibilities changes a lot of old games. Yeah. And if I didn't grow up with that game, I'm using modern sensibilities as a lens to view it most of the time. Right? I can't pull back nostalgia that I didn't have. If I never played Castlevania 2 growing up, I can't invent nostalgia for the game like you guys have. You can't expect me to have nostalgia for a game I've never played. Right? I will never be fucking getting out of school in the 6th grade, coming home to play my Super Nintendo that is brand new. Can't wait for summer vacation to call the Nintendo help hotline to figure out where the fuck I'm supposed to go. Like, it's just not... I can't have those experiences because I didn't experience them. I think it's cool that you guys did, but I it's just not me. And I'm gonna keep it real. I played through so many games as a kid. So many games as a kid that I absolutely loved and adored, and I'm still fans of the series to this day. But those games were ass. It happens. Sometimes you grow up playing bad video games, but you trick yourself into thinking they're good because of nostalgia. My ass grew up with a PlayStation 1. 90% of the games were ass on the PS1. but damn, were they something. I just got lucky that I liked some of the good ones too, like Symphony of the Night. Otherwise, I'd be completely cooked. And my magic's gone. You might not be expecting me to play it, but people keep asking me to play it. The other thing is like, I want to be real about Castlevania as a franchise. I know many of you guys are fans of Castlevania. I am too. We have to be real with ourselves. There's only like, when it comes to like good, and I'm using good at a high standard here. I'm not saying, oh, it's good. I'm saying good. Like, this is a good video game. We only have like 3. Like, let's be real. We have plenty of, oh, good. Yeah, it's good. No, it's good. No. Guys, it's good. We have those kinds of video games. We have that level of good. But we don't have good video games outside of like 3. So we gotta understand. Like, not everyone's trying to play fucking Castlevania 1 getting fucked by the Medusa head axe armor hallway, you know? Let's be real, Dawn of Sorrow is not. I love Dawn of Sorrow. It's not one of the good ones. It's like Rondo of Blood, SotN, and Aria. And Rondo of Blood is barely making it onto that list, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just the best of the classic ones. Portrait is not one of the good ones. I'm sorry. If you already enjoy the formula, then you'll like Portrait. But it's not. I'm sorry. And these are just my opinions. And I'm a huge fan of the series. And I've streamed these games and I've played them my whole life. Super Castlevania 4. We started this conversation by talking about Super Castlevania 4. Super Castlevania 4 is like top of good. No, it's good. No, Super Castlevania 4, it's good. No, guys, trust me, it's good. No, guys, it's good. I'm talking about capital G good video games. These are games that all gamers are required to at least play. I would not say Castlevania 4 deserves to be on that list. Because it's like, it's a competent classic Vania. One of the better ones. Genuine question. I love SotN tried Circle of the Moon, didn't care for it. Movement felt bad. Did you forget the word great? No, because that is also its own separate level of like... Hold on, you're making me forget how to do this room. And now I'm dead. I can't get off of the wall. The game's glitched? The fuck is this shit? Jesus Christ. Hold on, stop arguing with me when I'm right so I can get through this game without dying real quick. If you don't know what I mean when I say something is good versus something's good, then, like, you don't understand the context of, like, English communication, I guess. Also, I'm fucking bad at the game all of a sudden? Jesus fucking Christ. All right. You know what I mean when I say something is good versus it's good. It's very obvious. If you need me to explain that further, then I don't know. God help you. And great obviously has a different connotation as well. Also, Vanilla Spike Breaker, that's funny. I should realistically just go to the second castle because that's where the final Vlad relic likely is going to be. Or it's going to unlock... No, wait, the final Vlad relic's just going to be at Silver Ring. Never mind. I should just... library card, but I'm too lazy. I would disagree about Castlevania 4, and it's okay to be wrong. It's fine. We're all wrong about things sometimes. It's all subjective. Yeah. Welcome to the human experience, motherfucker. Motherfucker just woke up and realized that everybody else has their own unique point of view. Yeah. Welcome to the party. It came free with your existential crisis. None of this shit is objective. I'm just spewing words out of my ass. Look, we're all just yapping about digital toy entertainment to pass the time until we eventually turn to dust and fade into nothingness. It's okay. In the meantime, we can be hyperbolic with our language. We can say things we don't actually mean, because none of it fucking matters. It's all entertainment at the end of the day anyways. When I say that Castlevania 4 is dog shit, doo-doo ass, belongs in the dirt, I don't obviously mean that. I'm being hyperbolic for the sense of comedic effect and entertainment value. Yeah, Aria is... If you're going to stick to the Castlevania games on the Game Boy Advanced, Aria is the best one. For sure. You might like Harmony's movement. I don't like Harmony of Dissonance's castle layout that much. But Harmony of Dissonance does have a good movement. I don't think Circle of the Moon's castle layout is that bad, because at the very least it's relatively cohesive. I don't know. The only thing that's like rough about Circle of the Moon's castle layout is probably the sewer. I don't know. The one-way paths and backtracking. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but I don't think it was that bad. Oh, I thought I opened the shortcut. I guess I forgot. Did I open this one? I think I did, right? I remember doing this, yeah. I mean, I fought the boss. If you fight the boss, you should always open the shortcut. Yeah. Okay. Look, I'm not saying Circle of the Moon's good. I just am trying to remember why the castle layout is bad, because honestly, it's more it's unremarkable, unmemorable, if anything. Either way. Look, I'm not here to defend Circle of the Moon. But if you put a gun to my head and you ask me which Castlevania game I'd rather play, CV4 or Circle of the Moon, my ass is picking up Circle of the Moon. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because at the very least, I can do the fucking skeleton glitch to beat the game in like 8 minutes and then never have to think about it again. Curious about the nuclear fusion stuff, though. To be honest, I've never messed around with it for myself. I made the video with it and just used other people's footage, but I never like sat down and like learned how to do the glitch myself. I feel like it could be a fun speedrun just to like mess around with, where you just run through the game and explode everything, but Boner Lottery is also very fun in a cosmic sense. Have I played Castlevania Revamped? Yeah, I thought it was poorly designed, but a very cool concept. There we go. It falls into, unfortunately, a lot of trappings of like some of the more frustrating aspects of the Metroidvania genre, and also leans very heavily into the bullshitification of classic Vanias were so hard, guys. What if I put 15,000 enemies in the same room and they all have interesting, unique enemy patterns, like jumping directly at your face or doing a sine wave across the screen? And the only way to actually be strong enough to deal with this bullshit is to like know where all the secret garbage is and save up $1 billion in the shop to buy the overpowered shit. Which is like, look, the concept of making a CV1 Metroidvania is very cool. But you leaned very heavily into the, I'm making a like difficulty ROM hack level of design, which is like, fuck the player. If they don't know how to deal with this shit, they're just going to have a bad time and I don't care. And if you do that and the player has a bad time, you can't then turn around and be like, what? People don't like my game? It's like, yeah, it wasn't fun. Right? You got to give players an incentive to continue playing your game to a certain degree. There needs to be a carrot and a stick. It can't be all stick, no carrot. Or if the carrot is fucking old and moldy, then like, I'm sorry, you're not incentivizing me to continue to play your game. Oh yeah, I don't have Soul Steel. Touch of Spirit time. Kaizo hacks also fall into a similar camp of some of them are well designed, even though they're difficult, and some of them are designed like bullshit. Because the idea is that you can still design something that's difficult, but enjoyable, because you need to have enough of an incentive to keep the player invested by giving them enough small wins or reasons to be invested, while also feeding them all the annoying, stupid bullshit. That's the Dark Souls 101, right? The whole point why people are addicted to playing Dark Souls games is because they are insanely difficult, but they give you enough, just enough incentives to keep playing via new items, new interesting locations that are artistically insano style. New fucking, once you finally beat a boss, the endorphin rush that you feel for grinding the same boss for 45 minutes and finally succeeding is like better than having sex. Like, yeah, when all these things are combined, I didn't need to fight that guy, by the way. I'm just fucking let's playing at this point. When you combine all of those factors together, it's like, yeah, no, the game is good. Even though it is bullshit. You can make bullshit good, is what I'm saying. Dark Souls is the perennial example of a game that is, at its core, a bunch of bullshit designed to make you frustrated, but it's good. They did it the right way. Can't stand Souls games? That's fine. How long have you attempted to try and play them? Because in my opinion, most people give up on Souls games, and that's why they don't like them. Very rarely does someone play a Souls game from start to finish and still end up not liking it, right? Granted, you probably left for, stopped playing the game for legitimate reasons. But the idea is, over time, you get accustomed to the design philosophies inside of the game such that the obtuse bullshit becomes predictable and like understood enough where you then get the reward with less of the frustration. But the frustration is still there because it's intrinsic to the design philosophy of the game. And if you're sensitive to the idea of playing a game that is antagonistic to you as a player, then I can understand not liking the design philosophy of Dark Souls. But Dark Souls only works because it is antagonistic towards the player, but also gives them enough reason, for most people that enjoy the games at least, to stick around. If I'm not having fun for a few hours, I'm not going to stick around until it gets good for 20 hours. That's fair, and I'm very similarly, I agree 99% of the time, but there are some games where that is unfortunately just true. whether you dislike the concept of needing to invest your own time and energy to have fun in a video game. But sometimes art, which includes video games, is not free. It is not passive. You have to work for it. And I hate to say that about video games, but sometimes if you want the juice inside of the fruit, you got to work for it to crack it open. And Dark Souls is one of those games. And if you don't want to put in the effort, that is fine. And also, sometimes you put in the effort and you realize what's inside you just don't like the flavor of. And again, that is also fine. But it is not incorrect if you haven't put enough time in to say that you still might like the game, but it will require more effort. And then you have to ask yourself, is putting in that effort worth it? And for most people, at that point, they're like, nah. I'm saying coconuts are the Dark Souls of fruit, yes. For sure. That analogy 100% makes sense. And this is what I don't like about people taking Dark Souls as an inspiration, where they see the frustration and annoying parts of the game, and then they're like, oh, we can do that, and then we can make our own Dark Souls. When in reality, Dark Souls is using those as spice on top of the already good game that they made. The frustration is there to enhance the emotions that you experience in the game and not have that be the core conceit of the game. Because the game is already artistically very deep, already mechanically very deep. They just throw annoying bullshit your way as a way to test the player, so that way the rewards feel even better at the end. It's a little bit of psychological manipulation, if you will. But a lot of people want to be virtually dominated by their Dami Mommy, aka Miyazaki, aka From Software. And that's okay. Don't kink shame, motherfuckers. It's 2025. Anyways. All I can say is I'm correct about everything and I've never said anything wrong ever. Yo, what up, Flexbuster? Welcome, welcome. It's the shitification of a genre. No, that's just called capitalism, brother. It's called, hey, that thing worked and is a commercial success. We're going to make our own shitty version and hope to get some amount of success out of it. That's all. It's Scooby-Doo every time and you take the mask off and it's always capitalism, motherfuckers. One of these days, we're going to lock that motherfucker up for good and stop letting old man Jenkins, you know, terrorize the local kids or whatever he be doing in Scooby-Doo. One day they'll listen. One day. This is not enough damage to one cycle, unfortunately. Oh shit, what am I doing? It's time to look in the mirror, Dad! No damage! I got scammed! I bought 74 of these things! And they're useless! Dude, this is basically cryptocurrency, bro. I bought fucking Sire Coin, thinking it was going to go to the moon. I got rug pulled. Dude. Man. Shit's bullshit. Oh, well. GG's. Yeah, the librarian sold me fucking NFTs. I bought the Dracula NFTs and now I'm fucking broke. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me rant about random bullshit that honestly doesn't matter at the end of the day. I like spewing dumb, stupid gamer opinions that I don't think through all the way. I hope you enjoyed. It's never that serious at the end of the day. I just want something to yap about while I play my favorite video game. And if you think it's annoying, that's understandable. Sometimes I am annoying. I get it. But if you don't think it's annoying and you want more of this, somehow, you can watch more on this channel that you're watching now. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, like, leave a comment for the algorithm. It helps me out a ton. You can also watch live on twitch.tv/DragonBlitz. I'll see you in the live chat. Anyways, take it easy, YouTube. Have a good one. Bye-bye.